we'll go ahead and try this. So I'm trying a new angle here for anyone watching this on YouTube. Feel free to leave some feedback of that. We're trying this out because, like I said, I had changed up my womb a bit. So, but as you can see, there was a giant, horrifying mountain here that's been needing to be shown off for quite a while. So let's just get into it. So. I want to start off because I can't remember if I had toe jam and all the last time I did this, so I need to angle it. I need to get a little used to angling it a bit. But the toe jam and all back in the groove, it is? Yeah, back in the groove, which is very similar to the original toe jam and all. It actually has a very big booklet inside. Like, very, let's see. It is, how many pages? It's a notes section. Does not have a page thing. Boo. Doesn't even have contents. But it's a very decent, thick book. But I think I might have had that last time, but I don't remember. Anyway, so let's show off this. So this was a Kickstarter reward here. The Memories Dogma. Dogna. Said, yeah, Dogna. Not ma. Dogna. It's a visual novel. I kickstarted it a long time ago, so this is a physical version of the PC copy of it. If only there was a good way to not have the reflecting. It has a very nice art style to it. If I could try and get a little closer to this. So, I'm not really sure how much that is PC-wise of that, but that was one of my Kickstarter rewards, was physical version. You know me, physicals. And of course, on to the bazillions of Limited One stuff. Strangers Wyatt. You know, I just realized it doesn't have the title on the cover of this. So this is Oddworld's Stranger's Wrath, and for some reason, it doesn't actually feature the title on the cover. That's kind of weird. So this is the PS3 version. Anyone who follows Limited One games may recognize that they did a Vita version of this. That Vita version does not work with the Vita TV, which I was very, very meh about. So I will probably trade or sell or something with that, because that kind of just made me disappointed. Let's see. Prison Boss VR. This was a random Wednesday VR game they did. I have not tried it. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to like make stuff and sell it to the prisoners while trying to keep it hidden. I've heard some positive, negative things about, so, but I haven't got to try it. 103, I'm just amazed 10 keeps going. This is a exclusive to their new founded store, to the Nicholas. I'm trying to remember how you pronounce that. But they have started their own store, and they're starting to make some of their products only exclusive to it. So they're trying to get their own little taste. The Limited Pie. Let's see. Giga Alt Weckle. I think this was made by the people who made that one retro game on the Switch that had like a crossover to Mighty Number 9, I think. I think this was made by them of that. Let's see, The Forest Tree. I think this was made by the guy who made Home, which is a very short and small game, so hopefully this one's better, but I haven't tried it, still sealed. This was, I believe this was Wed Art's last game. Wed Arts is that one company that keeps having a few iffy games. They did the Old Man Journey physical edition that, so few of their games have a little iffiness to them. Let's see. Strykers Edge. I'm not really familiar with this. I haven't even looked at it, actually. When medieval fantasy meets dodgeball. So this is basically like a just hey, you know how River City Ransom has its own silly dodgeball? How about we do that with medieval shit? This is supposed to be a weird visual novel. Supposedly you get letters and you have like the power to change stuff and make events happen differently or something. I'm not too familiar with it. I pre-ordered it because the concept sounded interesting. I need to pick. I think what I need to do is ask on Discord what visual novels people would like me to see and try to do a poll. Because I need to pick a visual novel to do. I haven't done one in a while. Wimlore, the Lost Goal in the Land of Lore. So originally this had a retail physical Switch edition, and it did have retail listings for the PS4 version, but then they were all mysteriously canceled. And that's because they started, though, again, it's from the Nicholas, they pulled them to make it exclusive to their store, so, man, I really wish I could not have that reflect the issue. So, that's supposed to be like a top-down kind of Diablo's dungeon crawling kind of thing. Let's see. This was the latest limited release from, what are they called? 8-Bit Games, or I Am 8-Bit. That's what it is. I Am 8-Bit. So this is called Donut Hole, wasn't it? Donut Country. It's kind of hard. They put pink and very light colors. It doesn't really wing out. Oh yeah, it's on the donut, duh. But Donut Country. I don't really honestly know anything about this. I think it was just $29, so it wasn't very expensive. Here's a VR game I definitely want to try when I try some VR stuff again. Trivial Saves the Universe. This is by the people who made, what is it, Rick and Morty. It's supposed to be absolutely batshit crazy. I heard it's really good, so... And then this was something I pre-ordered from I Am 8-Bit a very long time ago that came out finally. Grim Fandango Remastered, which those familiar with the point-and-click genre would know was considered one of the last really good games when that type of gameplay kind of died out. But got remastered. I don't know how good or bad the remaster is compared to the original version. I would imagine getting the original version to run's probably a nightmare as it is. So, and then you may have noticed a rogue PS2 game here. So, I have a good chunk of the SMT games, but there are still a few I don't have, or a few versions. And one of them was the Digital Devil Saga 1. I did not have Digital Devil Saga 1. I did have Digital Devil Saga 2. And there were actually some reprint 1999 copies of the first Digital Devil Saga, so I picked myself up one for the road. Okay, let's go on. Man, it's kind of amazing how many... You know, it's almost like the limited stuff. It's like everything now. Is there anything that isn't limited one here? Well, let's move on here. I have, did I take him out? No, he's not on my shelf, so we got the Persona Q2 release. I pre-ordered it on Amazon, which gave me 20% off, and I did open it. Sadly, my version got a dent in the corner there from shipping, but can't do much about it. But you do get a plush! Yay! It's not too bad looking. That's the little C's on his bayonet. Pretty decent. I'd say it's about on par with the Morgana that came with Persona 4. Good choice. And I think it comes with some playing cards here. Not quite. Yeah, art book, some kind of playing cards. Which is kind of disappointing. They're kind of stuck in there too. Oh well. But this is pretty much the main highlight of the box, obviously along with the game. But yeah, sadly mine got a little beat up. You know, I kind of find it odd considering this is supposed to be a giant compilation of 5, 4, and 3's cast. That, I mean, you see 3 and 4 on the front art, but like aside from that, like the box is almost like plastered with the P5 characters everywhere. So it's just kind of that or the new characters. I mean, the back you have the Velvet Room people. But yeah, I mean, the side it's just all the Persona 5 characters on the side. So you only get to see a little of them on there. It's kind of weird. It's all reddish, so it kind of vibrates Persona 5 since, you know, 5 has a lot of red hues. It's a nice looking box, but I kind of feel like there was some lost potential having all the characters spread it out amongst it. Okay. and all this stuff. Let's look at some. So, Pinkware did have a sale. What month was it? I can't remember. I've been so delayed on all this. They're skipping 1 month though, because there was some convention. But I did get some Japanese stuff. So let's see. This. What was this? This was Sword Quest, or it's hard to see. Night Quest. Night Quest. It has one of those really terrible fonts, and it's so thin and small. So this is Night Quest. This actually came out in English, but this is the Japanese version. There's no way you're seeing that half decently. I'm sorry, you'd have to look it up. The American version of this is incredibly expensive, and it was $20 for the Japanese version. So I was like, why not? I would later find out the people who made Deadly Tower for the NES are the people who made this, which meant like, oh no. I was like, oh yes, I saved some money. Oh no, the developers. Oh no. I was like, oh no. I was like, yikes. I'm sure anyone who's been on YouTube for a long time probably heard about Deadly Tower before. Okay, so Go-Go Act Man 2. I do not have Go-Go Act Man 1. I think there's a third Go-Go Act Man on the Super Nintendo too. So if you're not familiar with Go-Go Act Man, I'm just going to say Act Man, okay. Act Man is a little demon boy. He's made by the creator of Dragon Ball Z. It's a weird, goofy series. He's like a little demon boy, and there's a little Cupid boy who they screw around with each other's plans, and the little Cupid kid's actually quite violent and mean, actually. Has some perverted jokes and stuff, but this is a platformer game. I played through it on easy mode. You don't get to see the ending. I did actually look it up. It just literally bars you off from seeing the ending. Everything else is the same except for harder. So one day I might try to do a live stream of that. Easy mode was kind of brutal on its own, so I'm not sure if we'll get far on that. This is from Bistro, which made some different RPGs. Probably more likely most people in the West probably would know them for Summon Night. A few entries of that came over. But this is a turn-based RPG. It was really cheap. I figured, why not? Why not? I just like, the hell with it. And then this one, I don't know which exact one. This was under Pat's recommendation because he's into shmups. But this is one of those Konami Paradise parody games. It actually has Kid Dracula in it, so I actually like that. I like Kid Dracula. It's a good game. Let's see. Oh, deal. Let's go through some Switch stuff, because there's a lot. We got some Switch, Vita, there's tons of PlayStation 4, so we got PS4 all day, so let's give the Switch some love. Okay, so the Mario plus Rabbids Battle Kingdom, I think I got that for $19.99 on some deal on Amazon. Let's see. This is an odd title. So this is Tokyo School Life. It's a VN. Now this game was actually exclusive through a Canadian store. I don't think they'll probably list it on the back now. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. It's something with a V, I believe. But they're very well known usually because they sometimes get Wii prints on stuff. Like I remember the last time they announced some Wii prints, they did some Yakuza Wii prints, and they did a bunch of DS Wii prints. So they're pretty well known for that. Recommend following them for that. But they, for some reason, got the exclusive rights for the physical version of this game. So bit oddball there. Super Whale Games, Earthlock. Now, I think Earthlock had a original release, and then they added, like, a whole bunch of digital content. This is supposed to be, like, a complete package. So, I'm not too familiar with Earthlock. And then we got, I have the PS4 version of this, so, to explain, where did this, is that in here? Where is that? Where did that dang game go? I was sitting here earlier. Well, should be. Where the heck did it go? So, it's not there. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so Super Whale Games started doing bundles. So, and Super Whale Games basically leaves future titles vague. So, when they did a bundle, it started out with Orthodox and then 2 other titles that weren't announced. Now, I'm not really a fan of that, but a lot of these companies, especially these ones that are overseas, shipping and stuff, is becoming like, seriously, if I went through all my Limited One games orders and added up all the shipping, I would imagine it's just insane money. Like it really makes me wonder if they're pocketing some of the shipping money, honestly, at this point. But I wanted to save a little money, so I bought the bundle. So the bundle did come with this, which I already had on the PS4. So I will probably... It's supposed to be like a point-and-click kind of adventure game with a bunch of robot machine people. So I will probably trade or sell that. Probably make some of my money back. But the third title is a beat-em-up. It's the Wolvenvol Blade. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It has a slipcover. The slipcover is all round. It's very holographic, but it is the same artwork that's on the regular thing. It's supposed to be a beat 'em up. I was gonna try it out with Aaron, but he didn't want to try it, so I was like, okay, whatever. From what little I can see on the screenshots, it looks like it's probably going to look pretty nice. So then let's try throw a little Vita goodness, because I don't got too many Vita things, but I do have some Vita stuff. So I've been trying to work on some Vita titles before they start getting really pricey. So I got the Shinwin the Wanderer, which is the part of the Mystery Dungeon series. I've been meaning to get this for quite a long time. I, for some reason, just been a slack in it. So I got myself a brand new copy because I like to try and support Axis Games. Very nice people. Super Neptunia versus Sega Hard Goals. I think this is a fight 'em. Looks like it's some kind of 3D fighting game. Join forces. Oh, this ain't a fighting game. It's an RPG actually. But yeah, I've been meaning to get some of the Neptunia games on the Vita. I didn't have too many of them. Then Mega Tags Ninsen Blanken versus Zombies plus Neptunia, which is supposed to be some kind of zombie thing. I mean, looking at the back, zombie bear slimes. Weird. Neptunia in general is weird. Seven's Colette, which I think is a visual novel for girls, I think, considering how prominent it shows all kinds of, guys for girl type characters. So, this is a American version. This was listed as a PAL version, not that it matters because the PlayStation Vita is region free and the TV's region free with an update, so it doesn't matter. I got cheap through a sale on Amazon that. And then this one was a Limited One Games, the London Detectives Mysteria, which I think is another visual novel for chicks because it features a lot of prominent guys. So, find the love with personalities inspired by famous figures of works of fiction, including Holmes, Gentleman Thief Lupin, and Jack the Whipper. That whole line just kind of killed me though. Weird. Weird. Let's see. And then there was a GameStop buy two get one free. I took advantage of and got a bunch of DS stuff. A lot of it came loose. You're probably not going to be able to see any of these, so I'm sorry. Small little teeny cartridges. But we got the Summon Knight Twin Age for the original DS. Then the From the Abyss, which was from Axis Games. I never got that one. Then for the 3DS, Heroes of Loon, which was one of Square Enix's first 3DS titles. I believe they published that. I don't think they had anything to do with the making. And then Dragon 3... What's that? Code VFU, which is a part of a game series that didn't come to America originally. The first title of that series was actually made by the Etra Odyssey guys, so it looks very Dragon Questy, but it was made by the Etra Odyssey dude, so I'll have to give those some cases. And then you may have noticed there was, when I was ordering stuff, I do have a second little thing here that has a Vita title, which I was very, very sad to see that it was just a cartridge. But this is the Yeast Salute, C-E-L-C-E-T-A. I think this is a reimagining of the third game, I think, which was the side-scrolling one as opposed to being top-down like a Zelda game. I think that's the one. Feel free to correct me. And we did go to one game store when my sister's family was visiting to buy the kids some games. And I did get 2 games there. I got the let's see, DJ Star, which I think was I think it's supposed to be a music game. I mean, it's called DJ, so, and then for the original DS, man, they went no tight. They're in these little plastic card things. I kind of changed how they do the. And then I got the Rainbow Island Revolution, which is like the spiritual sequel to Bubble Bobble. Plays nothing like Bobble Bobble if you ever played Rainbow Island though, but it is a part of the series of Bobble Bobble. So, Bobble Bobble. Here we go again. Everyone knows this song is catchy, man. It's like crack in your head. The song goes on forever again. Let's see. Let's go back to some PS4 stuff. We still got lots of PS4. This, when Limited One Games announced this, Pat was like, buy it. So this is Battle Gorgigian version 2016. So this is apparently like a really expensive Sega Saturn game. So he was like, buy it. Buy it. So I'm sure he'll want to see that. It does not show any pictures in the back, so don't know what kind of shmup it is. Then Luminous Remastered. I was greatly thinking of skipping this because it's supposed to be Luminous 1 that's on the PSP. But I could not find out if it has any new content or anything. So I bet the bullet to buy it. Because nobody would answer poll with me on Twitter. It's like, is there anything new? Is there anything different? Nope. Nobody. No response. Not big enough to get a response. Shakedown Hawaii. So this is from the people who made Retro City Rampage. Now I did buy the Vita version of this for 2 reasons. In case for some reason I missed the PS4 version's release. And well, could be good trading bait to that. But they did recently do the PS4 version physical limited. I haven't played it yet, but if it's anything like what I've played of City Retro Rampage, which is something I need to get to too. That was pretty fun too. Now let's see, Desert Child. I have no idea of anything about this. It doesn't even. It says stuff you can do in this game: eat raw fish, work for the dolly, quit smoking, throw up, consume FDA approved beans, woo hunting, get whipped off, be poor, be witch, be Australian, be American, wreckable racing. That's a heck of a list of stuff. Don't really know anything about this. This was a limited one title, I believe. Yes. 267, man. They just keep pumping out games. You know, I always find it funny. Before a lot of these limited companies start cropping out of nowhere, and there was like 2, 3 of them, Josh at Limited One Games, because if you don't know the founders, Josh and Douglas, Josh said like they wanted to slow down the releases. And I was kind of like, I honestly would like you to do more, but that was back when there wasn't that many. Now there's tons of them, and they're pumping them out so many titles at Limited One Games. And it's getting kind of crazy. See, now I wouldn't want them to be pumping out so much because there's so much now. But I just find that always kind of... See, the Infectious Madness of Dr. Drekken. This, I think, is it's a full motion game. It's kind of like the Bunkle, if you saw me play the Bunkle. Then I think I have 2 of these in here, but... The A-Train Express VR... Now, this has a VR mode. It's not necessary, apparently. But this is a train simulator game. So this is something Carter would probably be immensely interesting. Apparently, this had a physical version in Japan. And it is very rare. Apparently, it goes up for like $90 on eBay. So that's why I buy extra version. Because I thought maybe I could use it to trade and get some money. I mean, look at all this limited crap. This stuff doesn't fall out of the sky for free, That's the sad thing. Like, I told my dad one time. It's like, it's sad that I'm actually kind of considering buying some extra copies to try and sell and get a little extra money. Because it's just starting to get out of hand how many of these damn companies and how many games they're releasing. Limited One Games is the one releasing so many, though. Most of the other companies usually do about 1 release a month, if maybe like 2. But Limited Ones is doing so many, which, again, that's why I always think about that tweet he did on Twitter. That this was by Strictly Limited Games, Waging Justice. This is a beat-em-up. I haven't tried it. It has an interesting graphics. Now, it looks kind of like a weird clay kind of look to it, maybe? I'd have to pop it in and try it. See, Earhart. I don't know anything about this. It looks like some kind of shmup, maybe? I'm not sure. The Dieselpunk Airplane Adventure. But it does have very nice art, and it's actually very hefty, so it actually has a book in it. But I don't know anything about it. It was a solo limited one release on a random week. So much stuff. I do have a few box things here I need to get through. A Goodwill find. I know I haven't had a lot of Goodwill finds. Titan Quest sealed for the PC. Not a big deal since I only have it for the PS4, but I was like, why not? Because there is an expansion that's only on PC. There were 2 expansions, and I believe the first one's on the PS4 version, the console edition. But the second one, as far as I understand, is not available for console. So I thought, maybe if I ever want to go down that road or something, maybe. So many things, man. It's everywhere. Then I got this Full Wind. This was a Play Asia release. It is a platformer. I don't think it looked like the most amazing thing, particularly to me, but I know how most of you should know I'm not really a big platformer type. This is number 773 for anyone interested. Not too bad of a number. I think there was about 2,000 copies. Now, here's a bit of an odd title. So, originally this was apparently getting a physical release in America, and then they canceled it, and it's only going to be digital. So, this is the PAL version, World End Syndrome. So, this is apparently some kind of visual novel. It's kind of very creepy looking front cover there. I mean, come on, tell me that don't look creepy to you. Which is weird, because the back cover shows a much light-hearted version of them. But it's like, welcome to the pretty seaside town where not everything appears dead stays dead. And this also comes with a limited art book, so I'm not very familiar with the story in this, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a visual novel. But I ordered a copy. The art book was a pre-order bonus, so it's not a limited game as far as I'm aware of. It's just the art book was just a freebie thing extra though. This is probably something else Pat would be interested in. Now, this is my first game from this limited company, Dispatch Games. Now, unlike a lot of these other limited companies, and something that Limited One Games would start in the future, working with Best Buy to fulfill small orders to put in their storefront, which I think was a good idea. Dispatcher Games did a similar thing where they also release a physical retail version through some stores. So this game was the third game, and it was massively delayed for some unknown reason. I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. I mean, Psyche, Orbia? I'm not sure. I'm not even sure how to pronounce that, but it recently finally came out for retail, so it's a shmup game. It looks pretty good. It has a lot of statistic information on the sides and that. And it looks like you can also play it up and down. Well, I guess that's just kind of has the side information cut out. So, but I'm not too familiar with this. Pad might be familiar with it. Might do an El Shmup Day. That was kind of interesting. The Dwarves. I got this from that buy two, get one free. This actually looks really interesting. And from my understanding, you just control a giant group of dwarves. And you can slow down combat and issue. I guess something comparable might be like the Force Dragon Age game, maybe. But this case, sadly, is in terrible condition. It has that sticky stuff from those circle stickers they use in that. But it was only $9.99 normally, but I got the Elite, which gives 20% off, so it was probably, what, 7 something of that. But it's something I've eyeballed several times, so I jumped on that opportunity to get that. So much stuff everywhere. Speaking of which, let's get some of the other goodies. So, Bloodstained, if you've been watching me on Twitch, you know I went through Bloodstained. I was a Kickstarter backer, so the game itself looks like the normal version, but the Kickstarter version also comes with this nice slipcover that's very reflecty on both sides and tells you were a backer on the bottom. Get this game, but don't buy the Switch version. It's a terribly broken version. Get on GOG, get the PS4 version. I don't think there is a physical version for the Xbox One, is there? I don't know if there is. Either way, great game, fantastic. You love Symphony of Night, get it. I do kind of think it was an odd choice to like make her face on the slipcover. It's just, darkened, like no detail to her face. So, I mean, it's not like it's undetailed. So I don't know why they chose that, but it's that's about my only real complaint with the slipcover. It's a very nice slipcover on that. Even though I paid $60 when this is a $39.99 game at retail, I'm still very happy with this title, even though I paid more. The way I look at it is, my money helped make this game exist. So, that's the way I look at it. Owlboy. This is supposed to be a Metroidvania. I think it's more Metroid. I don't think it's a Vania game. Like, I've commented on what I consider a Metroidvania. But I think it's more of a Metroid game, but I don't know if it has a leveling or vast equipment. If I can get a deal. But I've been meaning to get this. I got for cheap, so that one wasn't breaking my back. This I got for a price match, really cheap. Like GameStop was massively trying to get rid of these apparently. So I price matched it at Best Buy and got an additional discount. So this is Wyatt Civil Unrest. Now I remember when this first came out, it was $19.99. I think I got it for like $8 or something. But the concept looked interesting for the footage I saw. Playing it though, maybe it might be better on PC maybe, but honestly it's kind of disappointing. The idea is interesting where you play either as protesters or the cops and go through different scenarios and that, but it didn't really wow me at all, honestly. It doesn't even have a fun trophy list. Like, this kind of thing, I would imagine you could make some imaginative trophies, but it just has a very small trophy list. It doesn't even have a platinum, just that small of a trophy list. And it's just basically finish the stages and either do it non-violently or something like that. It's just very kind of disappointing, to be honest. Don't recommend it at all. Earth Defense Force 5. I need to really get Dan to get, I think it was the third one on PS3, right? Like, I'd love to go through some of the... I haven't played Earth Defense Force in a long time. So, 5 was only released in English digitally. But the, I think this is the Asian version. But either way, this version has English. You can get one that has English on it on PlayAsia and that. So, it exists. It's out there. Definitely want to play it. I'm not sure. This postcard came with something. I think it came with Grim Fandango. I'm not 100% sure. I think they came with Grim Fandango. Ooh. Let's show off a few more. So, let's see. These were both from the Pink Gorilla sale. I have no idea how to pronounce these, but these are both from the same series. So, I don't know anything about them, really. I think they were like $10 each or that. I looked up what Pad translated the titles as, and it looked like really strange gameplay of combat, so I decided to take a shot. Now on the back it shows a lot of visual novels, so I'm not sure if the videos I found were related to some other game, or if it's just showing, man, that is really hard to see the back of that one, so... I'm not sure. They were cheap, so either way, even if it was a long thing, it's not the end of the world. And let's show off some of the Sega Saturn and stuff things I got here from Pink Gorillas also. I have no idea. I have no idea how to. If you were trying to pronounce that, that's about the closest shot I can get you there. But I have no idea how to translate that. Pad translated it, and I looked up a video of it. Supposedly it. I mean, I'm wondering if it, yeah. I'm wondering if it, I don't know. But either way, they were cheap, so whatever. Let's see. This, I believe, was a strange RPG. I think it's like Blue something. I can't remember. Again, this one doesn't show English on it. Pad translated it. I looked up, and I believe it was an RPG type game. It's complete, clean, it's good condition. Can't complain. Then I got an English version for this is I haven't got a Dreamcast game in like a bazillion years. So The Wing, Taylor's Realm, only the disc. This is a very terrible survival horror game, if I remember correctly. So maybe one day maybe I'll show that off of that. Now this other Saturn game I got from Pink Gorilla, all the discs are clean. It's got its book and everything. Now this is from the guy who made what was that? D. It made D2. Now this is an impressive collection. Thank you. You can see a little bit of the collection on the side. If you want, I can maybe show a little bit of it here once I'm done looking. But these are my newest pickups. But I do have lots of stuff. Actually, if you look in my archives, I actually did a video showing the whole room off. Trying to rearrange a few things because it's getting kind of out of control in here. I don't remember how the hell to pronounce the English title. I don't know. This did come out in English. It's very expensive. But it's fun, the person who made D2, what was that game where, like, invisible dinosaurs trying to kill you on the Saturn? I tried to remember, but this is from him. It plays a lot like D from what I saw in the videos, but like I said, the English version is very expensive. This was like $8 or something, so I was like, sure, I'll buy it. It's 4 discs. It's complete. It did have damaged, the little middle pieces that hold the discs. They were damaged, so I had to change those out for some new ones. But aside from that, it's all clean and everything. It's good. Welcome to the collection. Let's see. Let's show off a few more Switch stuff. I keep just bouncing around between stuff. Sushi Strike, the way of the sushi done for the Switch. Now, I heard this is way better on the DS, but this was like $9, so I got price matched at Best Buy. Do you have a persona? Not really. Like for myself, I do have like a fox character I actually commissioned to be made. That is kind of a hostess kind of character, is what her name's Aisha. She's actually the emotes. I only have one emote at the moment, but I can show you there. Yunk. I think she did a very nice job on her. But I use her in some of my thumbnails for my reviews. Eben. Then, let's see, Ghost Bumps, the game. This is supposed to be a eventual title. I got for like $9 through a price matching at Best Buy. Then, I've had this pre-ordered for a while. This, I don't like the art style in this one. I like the art style in the older ones, but I did try it out. The fishing platforming mechanic thing still works the same. But I don't really like the art style. I don't know. It feels kind of meh. Getting a lot of light there. But and I don't even know how to pronounce it very well. I can't pronounce it. But this is the newest entry. It has like a weird quest. Like you have like a gigantic world and you do quests and kind of just go throughout it. So it's a bit of a different structure from some of it. Then you got some gyms. Well, what kind of things would you consider gyms? Because like I said, these are my newest pickups. So if you're talking about like some really good stuff, like if you're talking about out of my collection that I can reach here, let's see, here's some DS stuff. Ghost Trick. I hear that's really expensive nowadays. That's a really good game there for the DS. And of course, you know, you got stuff like the Final Fantasy, Suikoden, Legend of Organia, the Breath Files and stuff on PS1, and good underrated games. There's a lot of stuff that can go in that category, my friend. Personally, if you want my opinion, I have way too many things I can fit in that. In that category. Honestly, Ghost Trick is definitely, I would say Ghost Trick is definitely a game for that kind of thing. This is a fantastic game that was unappreciated. Whew, excuse me. There's so many things I could consider part of that, man. So many things. Moving on, Peach Ball. We played a little of that the last time I got to stream before my sister was visiting that. If I can... Apparently there's too much light white. It apparently does not agree with the camera. Boo. But it's pinball with ninja goals. What more could you want in life? Maybe more pinball stages is probably... Now this, as far as I understand, these were original Tactic mobile games. I think it's 3 titles, I believe. But this is Mercenary Saga Chronicles for the Switch. And they look very similar to like the Game Boy Advance kind of Final Fantasy Tactics. But I believe it's 3 of them. It says on the back the entire Mercenary Saga, so... But it is a Tactics series. I got that, I think, $19.99 at Best Buy. Then, let's see. Let's save the last Switch game now on it. Some more stuff on the GameStop buy too. One of the few Suikoden games I didn't have, the DS one. Suikoden Taiwikens. I don't think it's part of the main storyline. Sadly, it didn't have its case or anything with it. And then, what was the other? Oh, Time Hollow. Time Hollow, which was like a puzzle visual novel kind of thing for the original DS. And then Hometown Stories. I think this was supposed to be like some kind of weird Harvest Moon spinoff or something like that. I got cheap for $6.99, 20% off. I probably got it for like $5 something of that, but I'm not too familiar. Cheap. But let's see. Let's show off a few more box things. So, Woe to Canada was a Play Asia exclusive. This is a very wacky fucking zombie game. If you liked the Oregon Trail zombie game, you should check out the Woe to Canada game. It has a lot of similar ideas, but in the mix you have sections of beat 'em up gameplay. And I like it. It's very wacky, weird, and strange. It has 2-player mode. Was it 2-player? No, it's up to 4 players. But there's no online. It's local. So, but 4 players, fun, silly. Tried it out a good bit. I liked it. Some weird-ass scenarios. I mean, the cover was ridiculous. A guy with a horse, a knight, a Sailor Moon whip-off, and a dog holding guns and shit in the middle there. It's silly. Yeah, there's some way to recruit dogs into your party. I don't know how that works. Of course, what I also streamed last time, Dragon Quest Builders, when Aaron was visiting. I've been very impressed with some of the changes they've done in that. Forgotten Annie. So, if you know, I can't remember what it was called. Squire Enix has and I just got an alert from Twisted Grim on Discord. Squire Enix has like this kind of indie studio thing, and this Forgotten Anne was actually one of the games that was done through that. Now, I think about a month ago, Limited Ones announced they are doing a physical version of this in America. This is the Asian version, yeah, which does have English in it. It's some kind of weird Metroid platformy type game. It looked really good when I looked up video of it. So, the only thing that's kind of weird is this weird mannequin puppet thing with its face on its belly. It's probably pretty hard to see though, but if you looked up the cover, you probably see what I'm talking about. Now, here's a fantastic deal on an older game I got. Phantom Brave, We Meet Again for the Wii. It's fun, and it was from GameStop of all things. Now, I don't know if you like NMTIV. That's what, yeah. I don't know if you live in America or if you live somewhere else. I know a lot of my viewers don't live in America, but a lot of them are familiar with GameStop. So I don't know if you're from America or somewhere else, so I don't know if you're familiar with them. But GameStop is very notorious for very bad condition games, especially when it comes to the DVD variety. So seeing that this was complete with the booklet, with the bonus disc, all in fantastic condition for $9.99, not counting the 20% off I get with the Elite Pro card. This was a fantastic pickup for me because I have most of NIS. I have brain farts. NIS. I have most of the games. Phantom Brave was one of the few that I haven't had for quite a while, so this was a fantastic ad for me collection. I gotta find someone to sit that well ain't gonna collapse everything. So went through those. Here's another terrible game I recommend not buying. Earthfall. Not Orphan, but Earthfall. This is a Left 4 Dead 2 clone, which, if you know, I really like Left 4 Dead 2 style games and cooperative action like that. This game is terrible, though. There's virtually no one online in it, and it's still, even after it was like a 31 gig update, it still has weird problems with it. Like, in the first stage, you can find a flamethrower. I played it unpatched, used the flamethrower. It shoots the flames with no textures on them, so it looks like a pixelated mess, and it takes a few seconds for it to get the proper textures every time you shoot it. 31 gigabyte update later, still exactly the same. And it has a few interesting ideas, like there's these door things that open and close you could throw in front of pathways and that. But with the AI, even though there's a difficulty setting for them to make them supposedly good, they're still incredibly stupid, even if you turn up the max. And similar to Left 4 Dead 2's AI, they don't use the pill-like item and stuff. They're very limited in helping. It's just avoid. Like, maybe if you see it for $1, just $1, maybe for laughs and giggles. But other than that, no. I got it for like $9. No, it's not worth it. Not worth it at all, man. Terrible. It's terrible. So, back in 1995, and I'm not saying that as go back to 1995, but I'm saying this is called Back in 1995. Now, this is supposed to be a tank control survival horror game with PlayStation 1 style graphics reminiscing of Silent Hill and Resident Evil. And I've heard very mixed reactions. Like, this is very short. I hear some, obviously, if you like survival horror, I hear there's the like that. But this is number 667. I think there was only 1,500 of these made. Definitely going to probably play this for October for our Halloween type streams in October. Then another game that came out just with that on PlayAsia exclusive was the how you pronounce that? The Devious Dungeon 2. Now, Devious Dungeon 1, I got a PS4 version of that from PlayAsia, which was also exclusive, and pretty much a pre-in game. It feels like a mobile game to waste time with. It does have platinum, it's easy to get to, so it has that, but it was a pre-in game. Now, this is supposed to step up the game. It's supposed to have 3 classes and stuff, so I haven't tried it. As you can see, it's still in its plastic. Supposedly supposed to have a lot more interesting stuff to it, but I don't know. This is supposed to be a music game for the Switch. I've been meaning to get it for quite a while, and dear Lord, can I not even get the title to show up? It is so freaking white. There we go. Get a little more detail there. And I think it comes with a bonus music CD, yeah. But it looks like you can use a control or the touchpad. I'm not really familiar with this game, but considering it says the original Reborn with a brand new look, I'm assuming this was on something else, but I'm not really sure. The Neo Switch game is the Minecraft Season 2 story, because this is all on the cartridge, unlike the discs, because you can no longer download the episodes, so I bought that. If ever wanted to do that, to laugh at it, because I always hear it's like the worst thing Telltale Games basically did that. I guess Defenders. This was a game I kickstarted and got a GOG code for. But they did a physical version through Limited One Games, and I tell you, Limited One Games and the game developers get a lot of double dipping from this. But this is a 2-player game, and if I remember correctly, how it works is you'll have like a base, and you have to kind of defend it from both sides in a side-scrolling type style. It looks very interesting, and you build up and stuff. So I never got around to trying it out, but definitely should now that I even have a physical version. Let's see. Something I got at GameStop while my sister's kids were around. I bought little Wyco to the GameStop to look around there too. So, Chromania Omega. This is supposed to. It says it's a bullet hell blasting enters the next dimension. So, I'm late. Yes, you are late, Pat. I waited to see if you'd come in today. I had to do, like, this stuff was literally just this fucking high all over the table. I need, like, we're 3 weeks behind. I've been meaning to do this. So, but if you want, I can get some of the highlights of things you might be interested in. This actually, interesting time. So this is supposed to be a bullet hell game. Well, it's in 3D and you're going towards the screen. So I don't know anything about it. True 360 action shmup gameplay we find. Adaptive AI. I don't know. It's published by Rising Star Games, which is published a few. Yeah. It'll be on YouTube, or you can watch the archive on Twitch, either way. But this was $4.99, not counting the 20% off, so it was very cheap. I don't know anything about it. It was just really cheap. I thought, try it. So, let's see. Where's the shmup? Because that's the stuff you're interested in, the shmuppy wuppies. Oh, you can tell Carter I got a train VR game, by the way. If he ever comes out of his hiding hole. Oh, where's the shmups? I know I had them. Yeah, there's that one. Where's that other one? Where is that other one? There it is. So there was the one Saturn game you told me to get. Why is everything still looks like a mess though? Well, I got almost everything in that spot with the PC stuff. Well, it looks like a mess. Oh, you mean just the shelf? Well, I've been mostly... What I'm thinking of doing... I'll explain to you. But anyway, there's that Saturn game you told me to get from Limited One Games. So, I got that. If you want me, I could maybe even try it some tomorrow. And I don't know anything about this game. It's... you might be familiar. It's supposed to be a shmup game as well. I'll try to hold that. Maybe I need to find the better spot for the camera, maybe, for this kind of thing. I don't know anything about that particular game. But yeah, you should tell Carter when he comes out of his looking hole. I got the VR train game, too. Let's see. The Bridge Constructor Portal, which really sounds like a fun idea. It's something I want to try. And then the House in Fentana Mogania? This is supposed to be like the best fucking VR to ever come out in Japan or something. It's supposed to be the main game and a bunch of short side story VN games on it. So it's supposed to be like 4 games or something. But this is supposed to be like really fucking good. Like, I mean, I've literally heard nothing bad about. So... something very tempting to maybe play, but then again, if I play it, it's a whole bunch of different games on one disc, though. You know, that also means I'll probably be playing it a while. Either way. But, yeah, I'm thinking of doing, like, a visual novel poll thing. Like, pick a few VNs. Some people have been saying good things about or interested in, and do a poll. That way I could start up a VN, because I've been needing to do something. Anyway, for... what you were asking about the shelf, though, I got almost all the PC stuff. I actually have 3 boxes that I'm going to finish up packing that PC stuff up. And what I'm thinking of doing, I'm thinking of taking your advice and put all the beaten and non-beaten stuff together by system and just keep track of... Because, I mean, generally, I don't really forget what I have beaten. I've never really had that problem before. Honestly, if I reach the point where I can't remember if I've beaten something, then I really, really have too many games. I've never really had that happen, as far as I'm aware of. But... that would probably be kind of crazy to think. It's like, I don't really remember if I ever beat this. But I think I would just slowly move the stuff up and kind of just rearrange going row by row, if that kind of makes sense. I probably will have to still do the double stacking, which is something I really wouldn't want to do, but I don't know. I might do the double stacking to the stuff that I have a lot of, like PS2. I have so much PS2 stuff. Start playing a ton of arcade games and it will happen. But, I mean, I'd say the things I have the most games for would probably be the PS2, the PS4, because of all of this shit. All these limited one things and everything built up PS4. Like, my PS4 stuff was not that bad before all these limited companies. So, PS4, PS2 are definitely, I'd say, the baddest. PS3 is pretty full, too. I got that double stacked. 360... if I combined both my win and not being, they'd probably be... probably comparable to the PS3 amount of things I got. And aside from that, I'd say PS1's probably the only other thing I own massive amount of copies. Limited was I don't think it's a mistake, but I think it's getting out of control, though. We were talking about that earlier, actually. That, I always find the irony that one of the founders, Josh, you got the founders, Josh and Douglas. Josh, at one time, a long time ago, said on Twitter that they were wanting to scale back how many titles they were releasing. And I actually responded to him saying, I would prefer y'all to release more. Now, keep in mind, this was when they were like only maybe one or two other companies doing this kind of thing. See, now we're up to like 15 different fucking limited companies everywhere and shit. From Asia to Europe to America, just doing all this shit. And they have stepped up to do so much more. Like, there's almost never a fucking week where Limited One Games doesn't have something coming out. It's very rare at this point. And I just like, man, to think he wanted to slow down as opposed to releasing 1 to 4 titles every fucking Friday. Not counting the occasional VR games they do on Wednesday, which I still don't understand why they even do it that way. But when they do a VR title, they do it on Wednesdays, so. But yeah, so many damn titles from them. Like, I really wonder how much fucking shipping I've paid, because it's like $5.30 something for shipping it, Limited One Games, and when they're doing like one thing and shit, and you don't want to, because you can't combine. Apparently there was a point in time you could combine shipping, but you can't do it anymore, which made people who don't live in America very mad. But I mean, honestly, it might be the greatest like scam, maybe, if they're like cutting a little of the shipping money off. But and one of the things I want to do while I'm moving stuff on my shelves around is that list that was keeping demo stuff. I'm probably going to rearrange that list a little bit, do something to mark games that I've done demo videos of, and then start re-archiving all my shit. Pretty much like Crunchyroll. The man wants more, like, I've wondered about replying them, but Josh kind of gets pissed off on Twitter a lot. I like talking to Douglas. Douglas seems like a much more composed and very friendly guy. I've recommended tons of shit to him, and a good half of it, very happy I was involved with getting Shantae on physical. I got proof. I can prove that I had to do with the Shantae getting a physical version, because I wasn't the first person to suggest it, but the reason I say I had something to do with it is because when I recommended it, I tagged both WayForward and Limited One Games, and Limited One Games said that we had tried to reach out to them and they wouldn't reply to us. Then WayForward replied and said, "Oh, did you try this email? Reply to us here." So I know for a fact that I helped get that communication connected there. I mean, if I hadn't done it, someone else probably would have done it. But still, I'm happy I got to be a piece of that. Anime companies are making a ton of mediocre animes because Crunchyroll will buy everything. And that's funny because Crunchyroll is kind of collapsing right now. There's a whole bunch of, there was another, I forgot what was the, there's another stream company related to the people who own Crunchyroll. And it's looking like they're going to focus on that company, which is making people wonder if Crunchyroll might get shut down and they merge into that. Or and then, of course, you got all the lawsuit stuff that's happening right now. But, yeah, it'll be a slow process of getting everything relisted and rearranged. But that's going to be something that we'll be working on. But aside from that, like I said, you did miss... Oh, there is one more thing to show off here. A few people already know I got this. The PlayStation 1 Classic finally achieved the price that a lot of people were waiting for. The cheapo $19.99. Some people are waiting for it to be cheaper, but there's a lot of people buying them. So if you're interested in using this for hacking uses, you might want to be careful. Because once they're sold out, who knows what the fucking used price will be. Because it's... Apparently people are putting other shit on it. Apparently people have put Super Nintendo stuff on it and that. So, not that that's what I'm interested in. I was interested in using it for PS1 games because it has the BIOS for it. I don't have to worry about trying to get a BIOS online or anything, so... Enemy Company... Okay, wait. Yeah, I saw some people stocking it here too. Doubt it will go lower. I don't think it will go lower. The only way it'll go lower is if they seriously have, like, nobody else is buying it. I know there's a lot of people buying it at $19.99. There was a lot of people waiting for that price point. A lot of people were waiting for it, so... Though the whole meme on Cheap Ass Game was like, hold it, every time the price was going, hold, not yet, hold it, with the Highlander meme and that. But then it's like, everyone, flood the store when they got $19.99. But there was still a few people was like, hold it. It's like, fuck that, it's gonna sell. I don't know what the aftermarket price will be. Considering that a lot of people are apparently putting a lot of stuff on it, it could possibly become... I can't imagine it becoming super valuable. But, I don't know, I might start reversing up, going to 30, 40... I doubt it'll go anywhere between, like, close to 100. 50 at most. I can't imagine it going too high. Just a bit high, I would say. I mean, it's not like it's a world-ending evolution... the world-ending emulating problem-solving thing. I just wanted it won't be as valuable as a Vita TV. Oh, the Vita TV. That thing's probably going to become a nightmare. I mean, it's already a lot of money. It's probably only going to become more valuable. Makes me glad I bought an extra one. I'm thinking of just keeping my extra one as a backup in case my Vita TV ever dies. I'm honestly thinking that. Dan's lucky I sold him one of the other extras I had. Because I think those are like a cool $100 now. I bet a lot of people will regret not buying one. Because, I mean, they're fantastic for streaming. The only thing it sucks is if you don't want to mod it or whitelist it or go through the trouble of doing that. You know, you're limited on what games. But like I said, it's mainly launch titles and a few oddball ones. Outside of that, just about, you know, 90-95% of stuff is compatible with the thing. So, yeah. See, my first one, which is the one I use, I got through Mike's, which is that place I used to give a lot of the GameStop stuff I found, and I give him my old boxes for stuff that was shipped to me and get games for those. But he had one, and he's like, "Hey Josh, you want this Vita TV? I don't like it. I like my handheld." And I think he sold it to me for $25. It wasn't that much. He's like, at the time, I think the price went... See, the Vita TV retailed for $99, right? I think at the time it was like down to $75, so it was still a bit pricey. $50 at most, but he gave it to me for like $25, so I bought that. And then when all the stores like Walmart and that massively dropped them, and they went down to $20, and I bought the last two that was at my Walmart. It stayed and sealed for a year sitting here. Oh no, yeah, these were all just the Vita. I know, in America we had just the Vita, then there was the Lego bundle, which was the most common bundle, but these were just the Vita TV. But there was the Lego bundle, and then I think there was a bundle with Gravity Rush, I think. Or maybe it was that weird Papercraft one where you like used your fingers on the touch screen to like break through the wall or something. I know the Lego movie one though. I remember seeing that everywhere, but I did not get that one. I did not see that one discounted anywhere locally. But yeah, I bought the last 2 boxed Vita ones that were at my Walmart, so I had 3. I had a used one that came from a used store, and I sold one of the 2 to Dan because he wanted one. He wanted to play Persona 4 Golden on his TV and that. And apparently, I think if I remember correctly, Dan said he sold his handheld actually, which might have been a bad mistake on his part, but you know, that's his choices. He has a family and that too, so you know, he doesn't have like as much expendable money as I do, so you know, there's that. But either way, I mean, I don't necessarily blame him. I mean, to be fair, ever since I started playing on the Vita TV, I've literally never touched my handheld unit again. But I still have it because I know there's a few games that will only work on it, unless I whitelist them, or maybe even, because like, for example, the Uncharted game, it uses the, what's that thing, you know, that keeps track of how it's tilted, the gyroscope, I think that's the term for it. It uses the gyroscope, and you have to use a, like, hack mod thing, along with the whitelist, to make a PS4 controller work with it instead. I mean, for the most part, like, the modding community has made, as far as I'm aware of, all games work with a whitelist and maybe an extra little foul thing to make it function. But, yeah, you know, you have to go to that step to get those ones. And I don't want to brick a Vita TV because they're not exactly easy to replace now. So I probably not going to really try unless I really work up some courage or something for it. But I think that's pretty much it. Let's see. We achieved an hour in 10 minutes. I figured that'd be a while. Only thing not solved is the camera support. So anything that supports the camera has not been... Yeah, because there was a racing game that would take a picture of your face, wasn't it? I think they made a way to get around it, but not be able to take a picture. But I think they made a way to get... And yeah, I don't think that problem will ever get solved when you think about it, because there is no camera for the Vita TV. The PlayStation 4 camera isn't compatible with it. The PS3 camera ain't compatible with it. Yeah, I think they made a thing where you could use the touchscreen, because you could switch the touchscreen on the PS4 controller to the back and front screen. I remember that when I played through Criminal Goals, because you had to do that sometimes. But, yeah, I don't think they'll ever be able to fix the camera, because there's no camera that's compatible with the Vita TV. They would have to just straight out hack a camera support into it. Oh, Tailway uses the camera? I thought Tailway just used the touchpads. I didn't even know that. Which makes me wonder how the PS4 version works. We'll get a little something still here to drink. Ooh. So I could have made a PS4 compatible, but uses everything. I'm not sure how the PS4 version works then, because I don't remember it saying you need a camera for the PS4 version. Interesting question. But I think I have a Vita copy of Tailway. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. I really don't actually remember. I don't know that. But either way, that should be everything, Willie. I really do need to. You know what? Why not? Let's open up the PlayStation Classic. I'm sure there's been a bazillion videos. Oh, really? They did the little tab thing and put tape over it. I hate they do that. Why not? I have not got to see one of these things in person, so let's open it up. I want to see what this thing is like. Because I can at least comment on the build quality, at least. Why not? Whew. That is plasticky smell, that's for sure. Tight box. See, it doesn't have a hole on the bottom. Dun 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 dun. There we go. Just let it naturally slide out. So, just got PlayStation logo and another tab thing. Another tab thing and another tab thing. Another how many boxes within boxes? Within boxes. Sweet brand new smell. Whew! That is strong plastic smell. So a little booklet. And really? It's that damn small? Ah, I can't even get out. Ah, come out. Wow, that's it, really. That is like the size of my hand. Yeah, and it uses USBs. At least they actually put the spots for the memory cards, though. HDMI and a micro card thing. It is pretty damn small. Oh, that could have probably made it easier to get out. And underneath. Now I want to see the control, because I heard the controllers are terrible for this thing. I heard the control. Man, that's this. Am I supposed to pop that? I guess I'm supposed to pop that, I guess. Weird. Oh, interesting. It actually comes with two of them. Comes with two controllers. They feel alright. They seem a lot smaller to me, though. I don't think that's the normal size of a PS1 controller. But then again, it's been a while since I've held a non-analog one. I wonder if these are compatible with PCs, I wonder, since they use USB, I wonder. Still not sure why they didn't just repackage the Vita TV and just change the firmware. You know, to be fair, they could have probably actually did that. I mean, it plays PS1 classics and stuff. And you got an HDMI cable. Looks like it might be a little longer than the usual cables. But yeah, it's pretty basic. Nothing too amazing, you know. Kind of a shame of lost potential. I mean, honestly, just think of what they could have done. They could have done so much with this thing. It all came crashing down. Yeah. And of course, something doesn't want to sit down right. Because why would it? I think I got white that time. Kind of weird how they package this though. Free HDMI, all the way worth 20 bucks. How much is an HDMI actually? I don't even know. I've never bought an HDMI cable for the sake of buying an HDMI cable. They've always came with everything. So, I've never bought one, so I'm actually not even sure what the price for one is. If it's 20 bucks, then yeah, I guess then it was worth it in the end, I guess. So, what do you, $8 Yeah. Don't you hate trying to get all this kind of crap back together? Oh, come on. Okay, fine. We're gonna cheat. Get that out a bit, so this can go in first. Let's slide down some, and then there you go. It's always nightmares sometimes to get some of this shit back together, I tell you. But yeah, nothing too special at all, really. It's really small, I give it that. But yeah, this should lead to, because apparently it's really easy to use a USB and a keyboard and shit to get around everything in this. So if there's anything I want to do with Japanese translations of PS1 games or anything, that is probably going to be my go-to device for it. I had to take photos of a steering wheel I have because fucking know how to put that together by memory in a box. If I ever found an original box for the Steel Battalion controller, it probably would be a nightmare to put back in a box. Especially considering I never had the box to begin with, so I never experienced opening it anyway. See, look at all the stuff you missed out on, Pad, man. So much stuff. Too much stuff. Too much stuff. It's just endless. It keeps growing off trees. Plastic trees. The great mighty plastic trees. The mightiest and the greatest of plastic. Some Saturn stuff. Look at that. Look, it keeps growing. I'm drowning. Someone save me. I can't see anymore. Help. Well, you got more of an angle, so. Help. I can't swim anymore. By the way, I got this. By the way, you missed Phantom Blade for the Wii. Less than $8. Complete. Perfect condition. Fantastic. So much stuff. I'm drowning. Help. Send help. I have kleptomaniac hoarding problems. Help. 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 Yeah, a little too much. People will be happy on the yard sale when you pass away.